How's it going, ladies and Bruce? This is Alpha Sixkilla and welcome back to Route Double. We didn't get an ending in the last episode because we found a whole new path and it is going to take quite a while to get to the endings. We've got a couple of endings we can get to from here. The Natsuhiko ending, where we erase, presumably we erase Watase's mind and save Yuri, and the Watase ending, where Watase is going to take Yuri back to Q and make the Rokume city government pay for its crimes. Hopefully we'll get to do both in this episode, but for now, let's mess around with the sense sympathy thing. Watase 4 and Natsuhiko Max. So this is the Natsuhiko one. Let's carry on, shall we? The choice lay with Natsuhiko. Also, apologies, my throat is very sore at the moment, so I may lose my voice, but I'll do my best. There's only one chance to choose. This choice will determine the future. And my fate, Watase's fate, and Yuri's fate as well. Natsuhiko's thoughts sped frantically through his mind as he stood frozen in place. How was someone like me supposed to choose? To communicators like Natsuhiko and his friends, Rokume City had been a paradise. But he now saw the madness the world was filled with. Nagisa's death had become like a great thorn piercing his heart. The day-to-day life he'd once thought precious was built upon the sacrifice of many others. And perhaps sacrifice was indeed necessary to right the wrongs of the world. But even so, Natsuhiko looked at Yuri, who was standing by his side. She had herself been locked away deep under Labo for 9 years to protect Natsuhiko's peaceful life. He could feel her warmth through her hand. I don't want to let go of her again. A few hours ago, Natsuhiko would probably have taken Yuri in a heartbeat. But things were different now that he knew about Nagisa's death and the truth behind Rokume City's facade. If I knew things would turn out like this, I never would have bothered searching for the truth in the first place. Natsuhiko gritted his teeth with that thought, but then Yuri smiled and spoke. Hey Hikarin, don't beat yourself up over it so much, okay? Huh? There's no need for you to make a decision at all. I mean, this is what I promised Captain Kasasagi, remember? Isn't that right, Captain Kasasagi? So I'm going to keep my promise. Watase said nothing in response. Natsuhiko just stood there in a daze as Yuri continued. I'm glad I made that deal with Captain Kasasagi back then because that's what allowed everyone to get out of Labo safely. So that's why I'm gonna go with Captain Kasasagi. Yuri said that and then tried to walk away from Natsuhiko. But he wouldn't let her go. No, Yuri, there's no way in hell I can let you leave. We're gonna go back to the others together. But Hikarin. Just then Watase finally broke his silence. Natsuhiko, stopping her with words isn't what you need to do now. Now what you need to do is act. If you want to be with Yuri, then there's something you have to do first, right? Watase's voice was stern, but the light in his eyes was mysteriously gentle. It was then that Natsuhiko realized what Watase wanted. So I have to do it. Yes, you have to do it. Watase muttered that as if he read Natsuhiko's mind. He then began to put pressure on his gun's trigger. Watase? And at that moment, Natsuhiko used synth sympathy one last time. His field of vision was filled with radiant light. He felt something warm flow through him from the depths of Watase's mind. Good. This is how it should be, Natsuhiko. Sacrificing you kids is truly the wrong thing to do here. And you acted only after you understood my feelings, right? So, I accept this decision. And with that thought, Watase's mind began to quietly crumble apart. All his memories were vanishing. A lone question came to his mind from a fragment of these thoughts. Hey, Wataru, was I wrong? But those words faded into light. Before crime. His consciousness was in an endless darkness. Where am I? He didn't know. His head was a total blank. What is this? He couldn't remember a thing. How did this happen? He desperately tried to figure out why. Soon enough, a mysterious voice whispered in the corners of his mind. It whispered, but one word. Awaken. I wake up in some place I've never seen before. Where am I? With that thought in mind, I look around. I find myself lying in some sort of bed. Immaculate white sheets and the wafting scent of antiseptics. Looks like I'm in a hospital room of some sort. Just then, two women look down on my face. You finally come to, haven't you? Thank God, Captain. Do you know who I am? Looks like those two know me. But I don't remember them at all. Not the slightest. No, more importantly, where am I? Their expressions freeze upon hearing my question. Captain? So he's really got amnesia again? Amnesia? Once I hear that, I try to think about myself. But my brain's a complete blank slate. Stunned, I frantically launch a barrage of questions at the woman. What the hell is this? What's going on? I can't remember anything. You guys know, right? Who in the world I am? After a brief period of silence, they answer my question. You're a rescue squad captain. A rescue squad? Yes, you were brought to this hospital after getting injured during a mission. It's likely you lost your memories due to that injury. You see, you risked your life to save everyone. You ran all the way through poisonous gas and used your own body as a shield to protect a girl from falling debris. I did all that? Yes, because you were like a model rescue worker. Something about what they're saying just felt off for some reason. It just didn't sound accurate. I'm a rescue squad captain? No, that's not true, I can tell. I'm bursting with the overwhelming sense that I failed to accomplish something. Hey guys, can you be honest with me? Huh? I'm not that admirable of a person, am I? It's like I'm more... No, I can't put it into words, but... What are you talking about? She's right. You're a genuine rescue squad captain, through and through. Their attempts to gloss things over is all the proof I need to come to a conclusion. These women are lying. Just then... A scene from what I believe to be my past flashes through my head for a second. That's right, there's something I had to do for her sake. Urged on by that impulse, I leapt out of bed. Wait, where are you going? I ignore her question and run barefoot. Then I see a black-suited man blocking the door out of the room. Hey, stop it, you bastard! The man reaches into his pocket. Out of my way! But I immediately knock him off his feet. I kept up the momentum and opened the door. Don't do it, Captain. Wait, don't go, Watase. I shake off their warnings and rush out of the room. Wait! Don't let him get away! What the hell are you doing? Catch him! I see two more black-suited men in the hallway. I manage to shove them away too. I don't really get what's going on. Why are these men chasing me? But at any rate, my goal is to run outside. I finally locate the exit. And just as I'm about to leave the hospital, Captain Kasasagi, stop right there. A sharp, sudden shout brings me to a halt. I turn around to see a woman standing there, accompanied by men in imposing suits. What? Don't tell me these guys are chasing me. You're doing. Quit joking. I'd appreciate it if you don't group me in with those guys. Well, whatever. Either way, you've come to capture me too, right? No, I'm here to protect you. What? As I reel in confusion, the woman orders the men to step back. Well, now you can let your guard down a little, right? A little, yes. Then can I ask you a question? What? You called me Captain Kasasagi just now, didn't you? That means you know who I am too, don't you? Yes, I know you quite well, both before your amnesia and after. What's more, I've looked into your life. And tell me, who am I? I feel like I had to fulfill some sort of duty, but it looks like I've even forgotten what that was. I can only vaguely remember it. What is it I have to do? The woman smiles faintly at my question. It might be better for you to not know. Huh? The person you are now may vanish completely if you get your memories back. What's more, you and I could become enemies in that case. There's no turning back once you learn the truth. Are you still sure you won't regret it? Her solemn question leaves me speechless. I get the distinct feeling something like this has happened before. But even so, I don't care. I'm sure it must be better than living completely in the dark. I see. I figured you'd say something like that given your circumstances. Then let's talk. I'll tell you all about what kind of person you are and how you live. What I'm about to tell you is your truth. The woman then begins to talk. She tells me of the details of my 32 years of life and the story of the 9 hours I spent with her and those other women. It then hits me when she finishes talking. None of this is over yet. It feels like a blazing fire in my heart silently stirs to life. Okay. Double end. Root double end. This is meant to be a good ending. So I'll jump back and change the decision we made, and I'll bring you back. Alright, we are back. This time we're picking Watase 4, Natsuhiko 4. Let's see what happens. The choice lay with Natsuhiko, and there was only one chance to choose. This choice will determine the future, and my fate, Watase's fate, and Yuri's fate as well. Natsuhiko hung his head and quickly churned out thoughts. Can I choose? If it were at all possible, he wanted to fulfill Watase's wishes. They were partners who'd once established an emotional bond after all. But I can't just go and do that, can I? Yuri wasted 9 years of her life to save me, didn't she? There's no way in hell I could just hand Yuri over to Q after she's done all that. As he thought to himself, suddenly an epiphany struck him like lightning. That's it. How did I not think of it? There was but a single way. A single way to both fulfill Watase's demands and save Yuri at the same time. That's it. That's the only way. If it means not having to hand Yuri over, then it's a much better alternative. Natsuhiko quietly resolved himself. He looked Watase straight in the eye and spoke. Say, Watase. What? The communicator that's to accompany you. The communicator that's to cooperate with Q. That is... It doesn't have to be Yuri, does it? Yuri's eyes widened instantly. She probably understood the meaning behind Natsuhiko's words. Hikiden, you don't mean... I do, Yuri. I'm going with Watase in your stead. Hey Watase, that's okay with you, isn't it? When Natsuhiko asked that question, Watase responded, Can't argue with that. As if he'd been waiting for those words. Natsuhiko, don't put yourself through trouble. Shut up, I'm not doing it for you. I just want Yuri to have a... No, Hikiden, you mustn't go with Captain Kasasagi. Yuri interrupted Natsuhiko. It's not like you want to join Q, do you, Hikiden? This incident will put Q on the radar of on even more organizations. If you go with Captain Kasasagi, you'll never be able to return to a normal lifestyle, you know. You'll never see everyone again. I don't want that, Hikiden. Don't go. And Natsuhiko shook his head and gripped her hand. Yuri, thank you for being so considerate. But you've been saving me continuously these past 9 years. So now it's my turn to save you. Then, if you're going, I'm coming too, Hikiden. No, it's dangerous. You won't be able to see Mashiro, Sally, or Mum either, you know? So you can't come with me, I'm going alone. No, Hikiden, I don't want that. Yuri screamed as heavy teardrops rained from her eyes. She was like a child throwing a tantrum. Hearing her voice like that reminded Natsuhiko of a sight he'd seen in her memory. They were the events of a distant day. Yuri manipulated Natsuhiko's memories in Labo, all to save him from his stupefaction. I'm returning the favor. I thought this time we'd finally be able to be together. I wanted us to be together forever. Yuri? Natsuhiko placed his hand on Yuri's shoulder and smiled gently at her. It's okay. There's no need to be sad. Huh? You and I are always together. I'll always be with you. As long as you keep me in mind. As long as I keep you in mind? You mean... Yuri's voice suddenly stiffened. She probably realized what Natsuhiko was trying to do. Hikiden, you don't mean... Thanks for everything, Yuri. Natsuhiko whispered that to her. And then you sensed sympathy one last time. In that moment, his field of vision was filled with radiant light. He felt something warm flow through him from the depths of her mind. Hikiden, I won't forget. I'll never forget that you saved me. So I... And with that thought, Yuri's mind began to quietly crumble apart. A lone desire came to her mind from a fragment of her fading memories. I'll come see you, I swear. But those words faded into light. Why are we destroying her memory? How the fuck does that help anyone? I'm very confused right now. As I wake up today, I find myself in my bed in the Tinkawa household. Of course I do. After all, ever since that incident, I've always gone to sleep and woken up in this room. I sit up and stretch wide. I get the feeling I had a very sad dream, but I can't seem to remember what it was. But somehow I know that I've often had this dream after we escaped from Labo that day. I get out of my bed, change my clothes and leave my room. Once I go into the living room, I hear cheerful greetings. Oh, Yuri, good morning. Good morning. Ah, you're awake. Breakfast is ready. Professor, Sally, Marshidon, good morning. I answer everyone's morning greetings. And... Good morning, Hikiden. Oh no, really? Good morning, Yuri. He put a phantom of himself in her head, like she did to him. Marshidon, Sally, Dr. Tinkawa, and Hikiden. Everyone's here. This calm morning. Everything I've ever wanted is right here. Now. Sit down, Yuri. I'll serve you. Okay, thank you. I sit down at Marshidon's prompting. The newscaster on the TV was rambling in a matter-of-fact tone of voice. Next on the news, a new statement has been made by Q, an organisation seen as an extremist group for years. This statement has shocked the world with its included communicator testimony. The government has recognised the severity of the situation and is assembling a special task force to... But Dr. Tinkawa turns off the TV before the news can finish. Huh? What's wrong? It's nothing. I just don't like leaving the TV on during meals. Now, it's time for breakfast. You're all hungry, aren't you? True. Listening to Sally and Hikiden makes me smile. Still, I'm glad. Huh? What for? I'm glad we can all share a meal around the table. I'm glad I get to live with everyone in peaceful days after getting out of Labo. It just makes me super duper happy. Yuri, you're happy? Yeah. When I say that, the Professor, Yuri and Sally all look sad for some reason. Hikiden alone looks at me with a smile on his face. After breakfast is finished and all the dishes have been put away, Marshidon calls out to me. Hey Yuri, care to take a little walk with me? Huh? What's this all of a sudden? There's something we want you to see. If you're going on a walk, I'll come too. Sally joins in on Marshidon's suggestion. In that case, why don't we all go together? No, just the three of us. Marshidon's voice sounds a little tense, so I end up answering without thinking. Okay, fine by me. Okay, bye Hikiden, bye Professor. We're going on a walk. Yeah. Okay, have fun. Once we leave the house, Marshidon speaks up cheerfully. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Where are we going? Just follow me for now. So, is where we're going a secret? Right, well, it is a secret place, I guess. And with that, Marshidon begins walking. She's acting a little strange, isn't she? I certainly get that impression. My heart pounds a little. After Marshidon leads us for a while, we eventually come across a familiar building. This is... yeah, it's our secret base. It's been a while, hasn't it? How many years now? I brought you here today because there's something I want to talk about. Well, let's just go in for now. Yeah. The three of us enter the secret base. It looks just how I remember it, these 9 years. As I bask in nostalgia, Marshidon starts to mutter quietly. So Yuri, what do you think the truth is? Huh? The abrupt question leaves me confused. Perhaps the truth isn't something you need to know. Perhaps you'd be happier living a lie. But you know, I still think you really should know the truth, Yuri. You're a lot stronger than I am after all. You probably have the strength to accept the truth. Marshidon speaks in a cautionary tone. Sally looks at me expectantly. It causes my heart to sway. Don't tell me. At that moment, a certain premonition runs through my head. Everyone's sad faces at breakfast, the sad dream I have every night. How Marshidon has stressed the word truth just now. All the pieces hint to a certain answer. No way. I can't believe it. No, I don't want to believe it, but to be honest, I may have already realized the truth. Perhaps I've only been feigning ignorance. As I ponder that point, Mashidon speaks. Say, Yuri, let me ask you for just one thing. No matter what it is we're about to talk about, don't run away. Let's face the truth together. Mashidon and Sally both look me straight in the eye. I look back into their eyes and answer, I won't run away, Mashidon. I won't run. Ever. I finally understand. None of this is over yet. So this time, we're the ones who have to save him. Until he is truly free. No matter how many times it takes. Jeebus. Alright, we need to jump back in quite early on. I think I'm going to wrap this one up here because my throat is sore. And this is a, a good time to wrap it up. And the next one we're going to jump back in. The next one is going to be a big long ending that's going to be running over some old stuff that we've run over before. So there might be a bit of skipping involved. So you'll have to have seen the previous time we've been through this bit near the end when we got to the end last time. For it to all make sense, but we're not going to read it all the same stuff again and again. But we will get through it. Not too long to go now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for getting out to me, and I'll see you in the next one.